Hi children, this is Venkatamna. Today's class, ninth class Physical Science. Ninth class Physical Science, second unit, that is motion. Now, you might have observed or come across regarding this motion word. Motion of train, motion of vehicle, motion of earth, motion of car, or motion of man. In that way, we come across this motion word in our daily life in many everywhere and what we call many times. We also know that motion of the earth is responsible for the sunset and for sunrise. And also we know that motion of the earth is responsible for seasons, summer season, winter season, and rainy seasons, so spring season. In that way, different seasons we can able to observe because of revolutionary motion of earth, and we can able to observe days and nights because of motion, circular motion of earth, rotatory motion of earth. That means in our daily life, we'll going on come across, we'll use this word motion, and we'll going on come across this motion word. Now the question will come, everywhere the motion is same or different? Is motion depends upon now, depending upon the motion of earth, we will get either day or night. Depending upon the revolutionary motion of the earth, we may get what we call summer season, or we may get winter season, or we may get rainy season, or we may get spring season. Now, because of this motion, we are going on getting this many changes. Now, if this because of this motion, can we get same season everywhere? Can we get same days everywhere? Can we get same nights everywhere? No. Suppose if the day is if you are in India and we have a day, then it will be night in America or in Australia. Why? Because of motion of earth we are getting days and nights means. And there also what we call motion of earth is there, here also we have motion of earth. Then why you are getting days here and why you are getting night there? And why you are getting day there, why you are getting night here? That the question will arise. Now, when the earth is rotating, then we also rotating along the earth. Then why can't we perceive that motion? When total earth is going on revolving, we also going on revolving around the planets. Then why can't we perceive or perceive that motion? Sometimes when you sit in our train and we can able to feel that even though we are in rest position, we feel that train is in motion. Sometimes whenever we are in vehicle, even though our vehicle is in motion, we will feel that we are in rest position and the remaining objects which are outside of the vehicle are in motion and they are going on crossing our vehicle. So why we will feel like that? When because of motion, if all these things are taking place, why even though we are not in motion, even though we are not, the train is in rest position, why the what we call feeling or perceiving of motion we will feel? Even though we are in that the vehicle is in motion, why the outside the objects are in motion we will feel? To understand all these things, there is one important word. That word is known as relative. What is that word? Relative. So, if you know about the relative, then depending upon relative, this motion will have different meanings. Motion we perceiving will be different. Now, we should understand first of all what is meant by relative. The relative is not our relative which we use in our what we call the general life, daily life, relatives. That also what we call relating to actual relative only. So what is meant by relative here? So let us discuss some examples where the importance of relative word we will come to know that one. Relative relative word important, we'll come to know about that one. Suppose let us take one example. Let us take one example. We have a road here. We'll have a road. And here one fellow, and on that road, two fellows are moving opposite to each other. One A fellow and other fellow B fellow. Now for road this side, we'll have one tree here. And we may have one hut here. One hut. Now the question comes, on which side of the road the tree is there? On which side of the road the tree is there? Then what will be the answers by A and B? A will tell that for my left side of the road, tree is there. Then what does B?
That for my left side of the road, this tree is there. Then what the A will A's answer? A will tell that for my right side of the road, tree will be there. But tree is actually at one position only. Even though tree is actually at one position only, then how come different answers we are getting? Because here the relative word plays important role. With relative to B, the tree is left side of the road. With relative to A, the tree is and the hut is right side of the road. That means even though they are in constant position, even though they are in same position, with respect to B, with respect to A, that side is going on different. That means here the relative word is playing important or key role. With relative to B, tree and hut are left side. With relative to A, tree and hut are right side of the road. In that way, we will get a different what we call meanings. That means if we are going on tell any statement by choosing the correct what we call words or combination of words which will fulfill the total grammar or total rules of grammar, can it give perfect meaning in our daily life? No. If I say that this water is a triangular, this water is a triangular, according to English rules of grammar, I choose the collection of combination of words properly. Now this is a statement which doesn't have a meaning. Even though it's a perfect statement which is following the certain rules and regulations of the grammar of English grammar, it doesn't give any meaning. Because water doesn't have any shape. If you pour in triangular container, water will acquire triangular shape. That means this statement according to rules of the grammar, it's correct only. But according to meaning wise, the statement is meaningless. Does it mean all the statements are meaningless? No. Some meanings will give perfect meaning. But there also, with respect here, the statement with respect to English grammar is consisting of perfect meaning. But this statement with respect to practical, it doesn't have any meaning. That means your relative word is very, 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 very. What will happen? What will happen? It will be 9. For Australian people, it may be whatever early morning. So what happened? Even only one earth and it have a motion, only one motion, rotatory motion and what you call revolutionary motion. But even though what you call you have one motion, now why it has a day at some place and why it is a night at some place and why it is the evening at other place? Early morning. Why like that? Because with relative to India, with related to America, with related to other country, that situation will change. That means the relative word plays important role according to situation. Similar, that statement also gives meaning according to situation. If the situation state changes, the statement meaning also changes. That means we should understand the word now relative. Then we'll come to know about motion. So let me take what we are on the globe of Earth. On North Pole A will be there. On what we call South Pole B will be there. Now C will be west side and D will be east side. We'll have earth direction north, south, west, east. And some X will be at middle. Then we'll ask question. Who are the above is on the earth, above the earth? Then what will be the answer? The answer will be A says that I am above the earth. I am the top of the earth. Then who is the below the earth? B is the below the earth for A. Now what will you answer for from B? B will tell that B itself is on the top of the earth and B A is the below the earth. And what will you answer from the C? C also tells that C is on top of the earth and D is below the earth. Then for A, if you ask who is of what you call on west side, then they will tell that west side is C and east side is D. If you ask to B, who is west side, then the B answers will be D is on west side and C will be on east side. Because if you reverse this one, then C will go here, D will come here, B will go here, A will come here. That means with relative to A, B, C, D, the directions are changing and who are at top and who are at bottom and who are at left side, who are at right side also changing. That means not only in English grammar, not only in different situations, what to call even in the motion also relative word plays important role. Relative. Now what is meant by relative? So motion also depends upon relative to time and relative to observer. Like this, we have one word which plays important when you are discussing about motion or rest or the body which is even the force is applied, even the body won't change its state. Like that, equilibrium state we will call. So whenever you are studying about rest of the body, whenever you are studying about motion of a body, or whenever you are studying about the equilibrium state of a body, or whenever you are studying about how to change the state of a body from state of rest to state of motion, or state of motion to state of rest, or state of motion and changing direction from one direction to other direction, there plays one word important role, that is relative. That means with relative to so and so, the meaning will change. So like that, we have relative word plays important role. Now what is meant by a rest? When a body is said to be at rest, when a body is said to be in motion. If a body doesn't change its position with respect to time and with respect to observer, then that body is said to be in rest position. So when you call it as a body is in rest position, if a body won't changes its position with respect to time or with related to time, and with related to observer, then it is said to be in rest state. So rest one, first word is rest. So when a body is in rest position, it doesn't changes its position. Doesn't change its position. Doesn't change its position. But the main thing is with relative to. WRT means with relative to time and also observer. And also with relative to observer. Then it is said to be in rest state. It is said to be in rest state. If a body changes its position with relative to time and also with relative to observer, then it is said to be in motion. What is meant by a motion? If a body changes its position with relative to time and also with relative to observer, then it is said to be in motion. It is said to be in motion. In that way, a body is said to be in rest position or a body is said to be in motion. If a body is in motion or rest, if you study about that state of body, that we will call it as mechanics. What is it? Mechanics. Now your body has to change its state, means what we require? A force has to exert. Without force applying, the body won't change its state of rest to state of motion or state of motion to state of rest. So a body has to change its state is due to the force exerting. Then we have only one type of force. In previous class, in 8th class, you might have learned that we have different types of forces. Contact force and non-contact force. Even in contact force also muscular force, frictional force, normal force, and also tension force. Whereas what are the few forces at a distance? We have a gravitational force, we have magnetic force, we have electrostatic force. If you have a different types of forces, then we will have different types of motion. Translatory motion, vibratory motion, oscillatory motion, rotatory motion, circulatory motion, periodic motion. In that way, we'll have different types of motion. Then, if you study about the object's motion, if you study about the object's rest position, then without considering the force applied, which force is applied, when it applied, how it applied, where it applied, we'll call that study is known as a mechanics. What do you say? Mechanics. So, physical science have many branches, physics have many branches in which we deal with the study of motion of object without considering the cause of motion, without referring the force, without referring the reason behind the motion. That branch you will call it as kinematics. What do you say? Kinematics. Now, before going to all that fun, once we go through and note down. So what you can tell now? Physical science have many branches, mainly two branches. They are physics and chemistry. Now, physics have many branches, in which one of the branch is mechanics. It have many branch that will call it as mechanics. In this mechanics, what we will do? We'll study about motion of object. We'll study about rest of object. We'll study about forces applied on the object, and also we'll study about equilibrium state of the object. So, if we study about only motion of the object, if we study about only motion of the object, without considering the force, without referring the force, we will call that as a kinematics. What is it? Kinematics. If we study about the motion and also force, both, we only will study about motion of the object. If we study about both motion and force, then we will call it as a dynamics. What is it? Dynamics. Here both motion of the object and also force exerted also we will study. Even though force is applied, if a body won't change its state, we will call it as an equilibrium state. So you will study about the equilibrium states in statics. Statics. Equilibrium state of the body. Equilibrium state of the body. So, in our the second lesson of 9th class, we will deal with kinematics. Motion in one direction. When a body is said to be in motion, when a body is said to be in rest position, if a body is in motion, what are the properties acquired by the object? How much distance it covered, how much displacement it covered, what is starting speed, what is final speed, what is acceleration, all this will deal with kinematics. And here, different types of motions and different types of forces. Then here, effect of force on the state of the body. Like that, we are going to learn about the kinematics in the second lesson. Thank you.